Welcome to today's tutorial on BC Tactical's CZ858 VZ58 Tactical Pressured Handguard Set. Today, for this installation, you will require the following tools. You will require a hammer, a punch, and also a tack. Before we start, please examine the rifle and ensure it is safe. To do so, open the chamber and examine the bore. Once we're sure that the rifle is safe, let's begin the tutorial. First things first, let's remove the wobbly lower handguard. To do so, you will require the punch. Push out the bottom pin. Note, sometimes you'll have to use the hammer to pop out the bottom pin. Now, remove the handguard by prying upwards fashion. The handguard removed. Now let's begin on the upper handguard. To do so, you'll have to flip the gun over, release the lever pin, pull out, and then again in an upward fashion remove from the rifle. Now that we have it stripped and removed from the rifle, we are going to use the same pin from the lower handguard in the new BC Tactical handguard set. So let's open up the package, remove the bubble wrap, disperse the shipping wrap. Take the lower handguard and take the front furrow and make sure it lines up perfectly with the front. Then apply downward pressure and slip it into the grooves. Now take your original pin, put it in the hole, and give it a slight little tap with the hammer to ensure it's seated properly. Now, time for the upper handguard. We are going to take the original handguard. We are now going to grab the tack and we are going to put the latch halfway in. We're going to grab the tack, and if you notice on the side of your upper handguard, you'll see a little pinhole. Place the tack into the pinhole and apply downward pressure. This will cause the spring and the detent to stay straight while you slide out the latch. Now with your index finger, cover the hole and release the tack. This will cause the detent and the spring to come out of the cavity. Now with the spring and the detent out, put aside the original and break out the new one. Again, if you notice the machining, it's exactly the same as your original. Place the spring first into the upper hole, covering both sides with your index and your thumb. Slide the spring in to ensure it goes completely down the shaft. Now grab the detent, like so, and place it again in the shaft. Ensure that the detent is placed in this angle. Now grab your punch and ensure that the detent and the spring is properly in the shaft, like so. Now grab your tack again, cover up the hole, put downward pressure, remove the pin, place in your new latching pin, halfway, let go, and you're good to go. Now, here comes the tricky part. Installing the upper handguard will require you to put the front forks in the upper position of the front gas block. Now, you must line up the hole with the handguard with the hole on the receiver. Note, these are pressure fitted, so you're going to have to apply downward pressure. Also, ensure that the upper handguard is level with the rear of the receiver. Apply downward pressure with your hand and try to push in with your hand the latching pin. Note, sometimes this is quite difficult, hence why you need the rubber mallet to give it a few light little taps. Now that the pin's in, we will give it the wiggle torture test to ensure that everything is mounted and secured properly. Once this is done, you're good to go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and have fun at the range. For more information or more products, please check us out online at bctactical.ca. That is bctactical.ca.